That's a Taylor Swift lyric, I swear to God. I don't know about you guys, I'm having a pretty chill, casual Friday. Just interviewed the Jonas Brothers, no big deal. So if you follow me on Instagram, you may know Universal reached out to me a couple of months ago and asked if I would like to host the official Jonas Brothers listening party for their new album, The Album, which obviously I did and said yes to. However, this was a little bit different to hosting the Taylor Swift listening party from last year because the boys would be joining us. When I got that email, to be honest, like my stomach dropped. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep.
You can't eat?
I was an anxious, nervous wreck, but I'm so glad I said yes. By the way, sorry if it's really echoey in here. I am house sitting on holiday for 2 weeks, as you guys probably know, so this is not my normal environment, but it is so beautiful. I'm so happy to be here. This just happened to coincide with the most exciting, intense week of my life. So originally the call was meant to be just me interviewing them, kind of like a more formal situation, but it ended up honestly being more of a conversation, like a back and forth, which I preferred so much. So they were also asking questions back. That was just so much less stressful for me, having to sort of lead the conversation. It just felt so much more natural. Now, as you know, the most important thing that I had to do today, my number one duty as host and first and foremost Jonas Brothers stan, Joe Broho, was to ask them, pressure them about an Australian tour. So of course I asked, and they confirmed an Australian tour. It still doesn't entirely feel real, but now that I know that dates are actually locked in, I feel pretty excited. So I will insert just a little bit of footage from the Zoom call today, and then I'm gonna react to some more of their songs.
What's everyone's favorite so far from what we've heard?
Oh, it's too hard to choose.
I keep saying, every time I hear one, I keep saying, that's my favorite, that's my favorite, that's my favorite. So,
Summer Baby is just hitting hard for me, and so is Walls.
Yeah, Walls and Montana Sky, I reckon. They were great.
yeah.
I just wish like 2008 Joe Bros could hear this music and be like, you guys will be making this in the future.
Yeah.
This one's called Little Bird.
Oh no, this one's gonna make us cry.
Sorry, Hallie.
Oh.
Came in the world, my baby girl, beautiful angel, small hands, wrapped around my finger, wrapped around my finger. 'Cause I know if I'm doing my job correct, nights like these will happiness. Walk down the aisle, breaking my heart, lay down my pride. I know I gotta let you go. When the Lord takes me home.
Damn.
That was a bit too much.
I remember everyone that saw the Broadway shows was like, Little Bird is the one that's gonna get everyone. Like, that's the Christ song, and they were right. I
Wow.
love that. I can't believe they're all dads. Like, who would have thought?
All right, guys, I think we are ready. Can someone join?
Hello.
Hello, It is such an honor to have you here. How are you?
We're
Very
good.
good. We heard you've been listening to the album.
We just heard Little Bird. I'm not okay.
Sorry. Get you? Sorry, not sorry. Do we have a favorite of the bunch?
Every time like a new song played, it was always my favorite. So
Summer Baby had real Jonas LA vibes to me, which I loved. So that was great. Where are you guys coming from right now?
We're in New York right now. We've got
I can show you the sky.
it's pretty beautiful.
It's actually quite nice.
wow.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Thanks for taking this time to chat with us. I know how busy you are. This album rollout, your families, thriving careers, it means a lot to us.
Well, thank
Thank
you
you
all.
so
We
much
really
for listening.
appreciate you guys, and we can't wait to get over there soon. We're planning on it.
So we do have plans to
We're not just saying that. We got it.
Yeah, you've said that before. Can you tease us with dates or anything so we can clear our schedules?
Yeah.
We will be making announcements about Australia and other areas before the tour starts here in the US. So there's
Okay.
that.
There will be an announcement of dates. Yes.
And you can confirm that you will come to Australia and sing Australia for us.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
The 5 albums, 1 night tour to you guys as well, so you get the whole thing. What do you think should be the next single now that you've heard the whole album?
Montana
I mean,
Sky.
Walls.
Montana Sky.
Walls was just so anthemic to me, and that's one that I can't wait to hear live. It's gonna go off.
Oh yeah.
Playing Walls to kind of end the set has been
Hell yeah.
the tea. It's been great.
So I know you guys said that like aliens would come to Earth. This is the album that you would want to represent you, and I totally agree. It's the album I would want to represent all of humanity. Which song would you each pick to represent who you are in your lives right now?
That's a good question. Who represent us now? I think probably, I mean, probably a different answer for all of us, but I really connect with Walls. I think it's so chaotic and fun, and it's a good way to close out a show. And when I'm playing that song live, it's just like I'm exhausted afterwards. So that's how I feel right now. We're heading towards summer, so I'm gonna say Summer Baby. You know, I'm getting to that topless car after driving down the road, going to the beach. That's where my mind is. I'm on vacation in my mind.
You guys deserve it.
I think Walls is maybe I think it's our most unique song we've ever recorded and, you know, put together. So maybe that one, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's my favorite of the whole bunch. I just think it's really different for us and like sort of carves like a new moment or something, you know? So
this whole album's such a new sound, and like it's been honestly incredible to grow with you guys, like watching you evolve from these little tiny pop punk icons to now this amazing new sound, and it just feels so you, which is really exciting.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We love you guys. We love you all. Can't wait to see you in person. Yeah, seriously.
Hell yeah.
You all, and you're amazing. We can't wait to see you in Australia.
See you guys. Thank you.
Thanks for chatting with us, guys. Love you
so much.
Bye.
Wow. We're getting into
believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Are we listening to one song to close it off? One that we haven't heard?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Celebrate tonight.
Oh, we've heard some of this, right?
Through the fire we made it. Look at us now. Through the ups and the downs, it's the angel crushed the bear. Living is more than enough to get up and off your chair. Oh, somebody celebrate with me tonight. Hit the left now, turn around and
Amazing. Well, I hope you guys all love the music. Go listen to it today.
Thanks for organizing this, Jazz. That was such a cool opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Meet you all.
So some of the questions that I didn't get to ask them were, I was going to say, you know, growing up, you guys had the motto, live like you're at the bottom, even if you're at the top. And now clearly you are at the top of your game, top of the world. Is there a motto that resonates with you today? Is there a quote that you live by now? I also wanted to ask, since the Love Bug music video was inspired by The Notebook, are there any other films that you would love to emulate or recreate in future music videos? Lizzie McGuire movie, perhaps?
this is what trees are made of.
Also, it was funny, my partner was downstairs reading Catching Fire for the first time, and that was honestly all I could think about the whole call. I was like, oh my god, when is Peter gonna talk about the baby? So the album is officially out in Australia today. We obviously listened to a couple of them on the call, but there are a few that I haven't heard, so I thought we could react right now. I just love the sound of this album so much. I think it's already surpassed Happiness Begins for me. First up is Sail Away. Okay, this lighting is slightly better.
It's like a sliding, summer rising. Coincidental, mystical tempo. Love you. Don't make my physical spiritual. Don't sail away. It's like a sliding.
Okay, Enya.
Dive in and close my eyelids. Sail away.
What does that sound like? What is that reminding me of? Okay, one that I'm really excited to hear is Americana. I think this would definitely encapsulate kind of the sound that they've been talking about. Also, side note, this might just be showing my young age and ignorance here, but did anyone else not know that the Bee Gees were brothers? I'm sorry if I should have known that. I love the Bee Gees, grew up listening to them. Just thought they were friends.
Americana, blue jeans, never wanna
Wait, I need to look up these lyrics. Nicholas Jonas has never enunciated lyrics in his life. This sounds like a Sugar Ray, like early 2000s band that would be in like the Scooby-Doo soundtrack. That is a massive compliment, by the way. Americana, blue jeans and marijuana. It's not your little Christian brother band anymore. Type of friends that show their love by picking on you. I've been called out. I'm so intrigued to hear what like the public's response to this album is, because it's so different to anything they've ever done. And it's so good. It's like a revival of these old classic sounds. I love it. I think we are up to my last song that I haven't heard, which is Summer in the Hamptons.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
The echo. Guitar.
Sex like summer in the Hamptons.
I need to look up these lyrics. This just proves that Nick doesn't enunciate, because I totally missed him say, warm waterfalls stay falling on me. I just had this same realization in my Miley reaction with River. Guys, it's too much. Sex like summer in the Hamptons. There's nothing like writing a sex song with your two brothers, am I right?
I'm deep inside your sand, different kind of warmness.
Tell me they did not just say, I'm deep inside your sand, a different kind of warmness. Ew. I'm gonna guess that that one will not be on the set list, but come August, let's see if I'm wrong. Ew, I didn't mean to say that word. They saw how much the world loved Cake by the Ocean and were like, let's do another song about having sex by the beach. Georgie! Georgie, come here! Come say hi! Oh, who's that gorgeous girl? Hello, my angel. Oh, big stretch, big stretch. Do you want to say hi? This is my beautiful little friend. Hi, Angel. I do not understand how that is on the same album as Little Bird. Honestly, I'm not massive on like overt sex songs with lyrics like that, but I loved the tune. I'm gonna listen to Walls again because that is just such a favorite. It really builds. I also just love this touch of ending the album with that organ, I think it is, because it reminds me of a church organ, and like, I know this is probably not their intention, but the fact that they grew up as like a Christian band and that their first album and Nick's first album were very influenced by that.
Dear God, I know you're disappointed in the things we've done. The gates of heaven will open wide.
It's kind of sweet hearing that, not referenced, but hinted at the very end of the album. When we were listening to the album on the call, the woman from Universal said, Ali, you're gonna love this one, read the description, and it was like, inspired by Shania Twain and country songs, and I was like, oh yeah, and she was right. This been a crazy week, guys. The Jonas Brothers album, talking to the Jonas Brothers, Speak Now Taylor's version being announced, her playing Would've Could've Should've Live. They really need to get together and coordinate these things so that my life is not so hectic at the same time. Thank you so much. Also, I just want to quickly say thank you so much for all of the insanely supportive, kind, beautiful messages that you're all sending me right now. Like, my DMs are just the most beautiful. I don't know how I got so lucky. You guys are so kind to me and like make me feel, I don't feel like I deserve to have that opportunity, but you guys tell me that I do, and I think that's really, really sweet. I can't say thank you enough. I love you more than I could ever put into words. I think you guys know that, but just thank you. Thank you for being so kind and making me feel like I could do it. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't confident going into that. I was like peeing my pants since I got the email essentially, but that was just one of the coolest experiences of my life. So thank you for always being happy when good things happen for me. That's just the best gift you could give anyone. So it has been a couple of days and I needed to share some thoughts. First of all, this album, Megan the album, just continues to grow and grow on me. It's not that I didn't like it at first. I loved it from the first listen, loved you from the very first day, but it just continues to grow and grow in my heart, which is actually quite typical for me. Typically, the more I listen to an album, the more things that I really enjoy about it. But I felt like I didn't get a proper chance to really sit down with you guys and talk about all of the songs with my different thoughts and reactions, because obviously I reacted on that Jonas Brothers Zoom call. So I thought I would run you through my thoughts on the songs, and if I haven't already asked in this video, I would love to hear your ranking in the comments. So obviously Jon Bellion is involved heavily in this album. He had a lot to do with it, and I don't know who that is. Like, I've heard the name, I know he's like a musical legend, but I don't know what he's done. I could just look it up, but I would really love to hear from you guys. If he's worked on some of your favorite projects, if there's things that I would definitely already know him from, let me know. Also, I just discovered the alternative versions of a couple of the songs, and I'm obsessed. Waffle House. And this slow version of Vacation Eyes. I get vacation eyes. Okay, so overall, I love the album. There are 3 things that I wish I could change. The first is just the lack of bridges. Bridges are my favorite part of any song. It feels like the sort of build up, it all accumulates in that bridge and then explodes into that final chorus. And we didn't really get any of that on the album. I also think that that is a place where the Jonas Brothers really excel, and it's some of my favorite parts of their music, like especially on Lines, Vines and Trying Times and A Little Bit Longer. They gave us such good bridges and then they just decided not to. So I am mourning that, unfortunately. Before I tell you the rest, I just wanted to show you guys the t-shirt that I brought up, which is of course my Jonas Brothers fan club t-shirt from 2007. I was like, oh my god, it's been like 10 years since that. It has been more than 10 years since that, unfortunately. I am getting very old. So when the boys finally come to Australia, you can catch me wearing this to the tour. The next thing is just the length of the songs. I think in some ways this can be quite smart because the shorter the song, the more streams it's gonna get essentially, because people will just play it again. I guess it also leaves you with that feeling of like, oh, I just want a little bit more. I'm not totally satisfied yet. It was just a little bite. So maybe it is smart, but I just wish they were longer. Like if I look at the track lengths, 2:21, 2:49, 1:58, 2 minutes, 2:06, 2:25. There are so many songs under 3 minutes on this album, which is kind of bizarre. Thank God Walls is 4.5 minutes because that song needed to be and deserves to be. But to be honest, maybe it does add to that, just wanting to listen to it immediately all over again, because it does have that effect on me. And the last thing is the fade outs. So my friend Caitlin talked about this. She has a fantastic reaction channel. You guys probably already watch it, but I will leave her below just in case you don't. Definitely check her out. You'll love her. She talked about the fade outs on this album because most of the songs have it. And when your songs are this short, I just don't know if you can really afford to do a fade out because it's like eating into that already small amount of time. And I actually think it detracts from that feeling of wanting to immediately listen again, because if it stops abruptly, you're like, wait, I wasn't ready for that. I need to go again. Whereas the fade out, you're like, okay, it's ending. Okay, it's still ending. Okay. You know, obviously my other gripe is that I wish Kevin had some solos on there or just like anything. I love when Kevin sings and we barely get any of that anymore. So more Kevin on the next album, please. I wanted to share with you guys my 2 favorite things on the entire album. First is this. That is the closest we get to a Nick outburst on this album. If you've seen my ranking, you know what that means. That is the Nick that I love. That is the Nick that we grew up with, those beautiful notes. And I love that. I wish we had a few more Nick runs or runs from anyone on this album. Let's listen again. Let's just listen one more time. I can't remember if I already said this in this video, but someone on the Zoom call said that from Joe is the new by Nick. And I have to agree. Nick was probably just sick of us making a big deal out of it, and he was like, here, let's give them something else to worry about for the next 15 years. Oh, my other favorite part on this album is this. That little felt sort of like a choir, which reminded me of the Jealous choir version, the Superior version. And I just loved that. I think that is almost the closest we got to like a great bridge on this album. And it was not even a bridge, it was just a stripped back version of the chorus. So I wish we had more of that because I love it. Okay, we need to talk about Vacation Eyes. Firstly, tell me this doesn't sound like Niall Horan.
I swear there was lightning coming from your eyes, starting to fire in a hotel room.
So we've got that little subtle One Direction reference, and then we have this.
It's just me and you, and the moon. Just me, her and the moon.
Did anyone else immediately think of that? I just love this song. I do need to admit that the first time I heard that, actually this entire week that I've been listening to the song until I looked it up, I did not know what a Dutchie was. And so listening to that, I was like, oh, Dutchie in my left hand. Probably like a little iced coffee, maybe a beer. I can just be very uncultured sometimes, but I love how many weed references there are on this album. They have come so far since being the pastor's three little boys. I need to know what that reminds me of. It sounds like something from the 90s. I can't place it. Maybe like a 90s TV show or a kids program or song. I'm hoping someone out there recognizes it, so please let me know. Especially that part. Like, I'm like Sesame Street. Like, what is that? Something somewhere up there. How far we have come from Video Girl to Vacation Eyes. Happy for you, Kev. We do need to talk about Summer in the Hamptons. It is so weird because that song, I love the melody. I'm obsessed. It sounds so good. The guitar is so nice. Oh, that is such a James Taylor guitar, which has no place on a song like this, but I love it. If these lyrics were something else, this would be my favorite song. It sounds so good. I just can't get past the words.
I'm deep inside yourself, different kind of warmness.
It's so fun, right? Why did it have to be this way? As much as I love to hear about three brothers singing about sex together, I think I just would have preferred slightly different lyrics. Weirdly, after that, we also have another song that begins with Summer. After Summer in the Hamptons comes Summer Baby, which feels like an odd choice, but okay. I mean, it makes sense on an album like this. The album is such a summery time. It is just like a feel good, put it on in the background, put it on in the car.
Topless car driving down the road.
Kind of album. You don't have to really think about too much or feel too much. It's just good vibes. Immediately in the best mood. Let's start that again. I know there's like a falsetto in the background, but I just love their deeper voices on this track. So as you can see here, instead of like a typical bridge that kind of elevates the song, it's just a bit more repetitive, and there is quite a lot of repetition on this album, which, you know, it's fine. It doesn't have to always be the deepest lyrics of all time, but that is just, yeah, I would have just added some bridges. Okay, so next we have to talk about Little Bird. Let me just pull some of my reaction to that.
Came in the world, my baby girl, beautiful angel.
And you know what realization hurt me deeply? Tell me if you can hear what the opening sounds like. Firstly, love those instruments so much. I definitely get like Eagles vibes or some kind of like Americana rock that my dad used to play in the car. But that opening melody, I just hear slipping through my fingers, which is too much for a song like this. I mean, this song destroyed me in the best way. That guitar sound, it is so good. I don't know what kind of guitar it is, what kind of genre or vibe, but I love it.
Came in the world, my baby girl, beautiful angel.
Oh boy.
There's a train coming in your life that you gotta catch, but that's not right now. Small hands wrapped around my finger,
slipping through my fingers.
and we dance. His arms, little bird. 'Cause he's gonna love you and I gotta leave.
That is the melody of a song on Happiness Begins. Nobody else. What is that?
What is that?
Gonna love you and I gotta leave you.
Oh my god, please help me.
Gotta believe it when the Lord takes me home.
I needed more of that on the album.
Darling, there's a train coming in your life that you gotta catch, but that's not right now. Little bird, little bird. Oh, oh, oh.
I needed that. I was having a good little cry there. And Nick made me giggle because he kind of sounds like a bird there. I told the boys this, but this is some of their best songwriting of all time. It is so beautiful, and Little Bird and Walls feel so different to the rest of the album to me. It's almost like they're a part B, and I wish we had like 6 more songs like that because they're just so good. I get so emotional listening to Little Bird, obviously, because it's very personal for me having lost my dad. It's just like so beautiful to hear the love that they have for their daughters and, you know, the walking down the aisle stuff. Oof. But also, honestly, I think it's just emotional having watched these boys grow up with me. Like, they're all older than me, obviously, but just watching them from like Disney days to where they are in their lives now, it's a lot, and I'm really proud of them. Okay, let's listen to Walls. We've talked a lot on this channel about how much I love a song that builds, and Walls just gets it. This is where it just goes to a different planet. That build you feel? This is how you make a song. That has to be the tour closer, likely with an encore of Year 3000, let's be honest, but that song, I can just picture like laser beams and fireworks and God knows what else. It just matches this production so well. Love that it comes back down to... I haven't seen many people talking about Americana, but I love it. Just the epitome of good vibes.
Americana, blue jeans, never wanna Jay-Z, your little James Dean.
As much as I appreciate the Bee Gees vibe that they've accomplished on this album, I do prefer when they sing in their like, what is it called? Chest voice rather than head voice. It just feels like the sound that I know and love. Another song that I think is really underrated is Celebrate. Surely they have to open the album part of the set with this.
Celebrate tonight.
It just makes me so happy.
We made it. Look at us now. Hit the right and hit the left and turn around and slide. All of the years and all of the tears.
Now, is that a lyric from something else? All of the years, all of the tears. That's a Taylor Swift lyric, I swear to God. All of these years, all these tears. My Swiftie senses are tingling. Karma, there we go. Ask me what I learned from all those years. Ask me what I earned from all those tears. I feel like there was something else I was thinking of too, though. Gotta love exes referencing each other.
The ups and the downs as the angel cross the bear. Living and celebrate with me tonight. Be tonight.
So as of today, I think my favorites are Montana Sky, Americana, Celebrate, Waffle House, Summer Baby, Little Bird, and Walls. So basically all of them. I think I just don't really listen to Wings and Sail Away. That is a terrible ranking. I really love all of them, but let me know your thoughts below. I'm still just reeling from this entire week. It has been insane. I'm glad that I can finally sleep again because I was so stressed about talking to them. I hope I get another chance in the future to talk to them because I had some more in-depth questions that we didn't get around to that kind of spanned over the course of their career, if that makes sense. Just some things that I had like wondered from early days or things that had referenced one another that I would love to sit and chat with them about. But also let me know if you guys could talk to the boys, what you would ask them. Well, thank you guys so much for being here on this journey with me today. I hope you love the album. I certainly do. If you would like to, tell me your album ranking, like of all of their albums, because mine is shifting daily and this is slowly climbing the ranks. So yeah, let me know. All of my stuff will be linked below if you would like to catch up on other platforms, or let me know what other videos you would like to see from me. But until then, I will see you next time. Bye.
Is this what it feels like to grow up?